All right. Good morning. Good morning. If you were here with us last year, I did change this up a little bit. You're not going to get the same thing we got last year. It has been updated. But for the rest of you, I'm so excited for you guys to be on this trip with us. All right. When you start planning for your next year, you've got to know why, what, and how. If you don't know those, you're not going to be able to meet your goal. It's just that simple, right? When you answer the questions you're going to answer today, when you do the worksheet, feel free to share any of this with your broker in charge, your office manager, but you do not have to. Some of these might be personal to you, and that is perfectly fine. And I'd rather them be personal to you so you get to the goal that you need to go to, okay? But if you would like to talk something over, contact your broker in charge, contact me. It's fine. That's not a problem. But we're going to do a year in review, and I want you to be very honest with you. Now, some of you guys got this sheet that actually goes through all these questions. But for us to be able to do the whole company, not everyone did. So I have got it down here for you guys, okay? How did 2025 go for you? Honestly, how did it go? Again, just write this down. Did it go good? Did you do the best year you ever had? Was it an awful year? Did you meet your goal? How'd it go? We're going to dissect this in a little bit. Now, I already know what most agents are going to say. Man, the economy was hard. Man, the market was rough, right? We also had agents who did the best year they've ever had. We also had more $1 million sales than we've ever had. Okay. I'm trying to check the messages, guys, but it's going to be hard for me to do all of them. Didn't meet my goal. Oh, good. Carlos Bedoya absolutely crushed his goal. Absolutely. Carolyn, you came close. Good for you. And you became broker in charge. Yay. All right. First question. Did you meet your goal? Simple yes or no. I met my goal. Didn't meet my goal. And the number one reason, and I've talked to several agents over this, so I actually had help prepping this. If you didn't meet your goal, did you have a goal? Do you remember what your goal was? Awesome. And the number one reason I found out people don't meet their goal is because they have forgotten or did not ever make a goal. Can't meet your goal if you don't know what it is, right? All right, next question. Did you do your best? If you really think about it, did you do your best in 2025? Good morning. All right. Did you do your best? Did you try any new marketing ideas? Did you finally get on social media? Did you start videos? Did you try anything new with open houses? Did you bring a food truck in? Did you bring snow cones into open house to see how it goes? Anything new in your marketing? Did you do the same old, same old? Or did you not do any marketing? Oh, this is going to be a kicker right here. Did you give up at any point in 2025? Think about last April, May, June. Were you getting so irritated and tired? Did you say screw it and maybe jump back in September? Did you give up at all in 2025? Be honest with yourself. That's exactly right. It was very slow, especially in this area. It was very slow in that time, which is why this was a question, because we had a lot of people saying they were done with real estate at that point. Were you responsible for your own destiny? Was it the market's fault? Was it your BIC's fault? Was it Remax's fault? Was it your wife or husband's fault because they were annoying you? Were you responsible for what you did in real estate? Or did life dictate where it went? Oh, here's another one. Did you have a positive mindset? Think back to May, June, July. How was your mindset back then? Did you come in and everything sucked? Or did you try to make the best of it? Did you prospect? Now you better answer this honestly. If I scroll through these and I can call you out, but I'm not going to. Did you prospect? I don't care how you did it, but did you prospect? Honestly, the only one you're going to be hurting is yourself. All right. This goes hand to hand with the last one. How many people did you contact in 2025? And yes, you should actually pretty much know this answer close enough to it to get you through here. There you go. Hey, at least you started hard. That's it. And this goes with what someone just commented. They started hard last week. Lisa Jones. She said she started hard prospecting last week. Fantastic. Fantastic. Guys, right now, do you know most real estate agents take holiday vacation from Halloween until after the new year? The fact that you guys are here, you're beating the majority of the agents in setting up success for the next year. Go look at most of our parking lots. The agents aren't there. Does anyone actually, just raise your hand, you don't have to tell me. Does anyone actually have an idea of how many people they prospected or contacted in 2025? Roughly? Okay. I don't want to embarrass anyone. I was just asking. If you're a Brian Buffini person, I know you know this or close to it. No problem. Did you need an assistant? Yes, I'm talking to a couple of you here on here who like blew everything out of the water last year and you were working so hard you were barely sleeping. Did you need an assistant and can you afford one? Maybe you need a transaction coordinator. Maybe you need someone to help you with your social media. Maybe you need a full-time assistant. I don't know. That might be something you want to think about next year, okay? In particular, Carlos Bedoya. All right. Now we're getting into the real what we're here for. I just wanted to give you guys a review of 2025. It's hard to know where to go if you don't know where you're coming from. Those questions are meant to hit a little hard. Maybe they stepped on some toes. Good. They should have. That's the whole point of it. You need to know where you went wrong or where you went right and go from there into the next year. But here's a question most people don't answer honestly. What was your why? What is your why? Why are you in real estate? Why are you doing this? Why are we dealing with this horrible market, quote unquote, and all these buyers and sellers who, quote unquote, aren't realistic? Why are we doing this every day? Everyone write down your why. And I'm going to give you a hint. No one's answer should be money. It probably is money. But what does that money allow you to do? Freedom? Do you want to prove someone wrong that you can be successful? Do you want to shut your wife or husband up when they said you couldn't do this and you were going to be a failure? I actually have someone sitting next to me that is their why, no joke. Do you want to prove your ex-spouse who always said you were nothing? Do you want to prove them wrong? We actually have an agent in our company who did that. By the way, they are one of our top producing people in the company. Their ex, for years and years, has never said a word to them about it anymore. Do you want to prove something to your mom or dad? Do you want to self-sustain mission trips? Do you want to be make sure your kids go to college? Do you want to create generational wealth? What's your why? This why has to be strong enough to get you out of bed on the bad days. Okay, I'm going to give you guys a few more minutes and then we're going to go to our next one. All right. So we've reviewed what's going on, what went on this past year, what's still going on. We now should know our true why. Come back to that. If you're having problems with it, if you don't feel like you can write it down because there's people next to you, come back to that. Your why has to be the real why. It just does. All right. Our income goal action plan. We have updated this. So if you did this last year, you're going to see it looks a little different. On the very top, I want you guys to put what your income goal for 2026 is, the dollar amount. I put 100,000 because that's what I hear most from people, but make it your own. By the way, it should be higher than what you did this year. It should be high enough that it's going to make you work and try and reach, but it also should be, it should scare you. This number should pretty much scare you at this point. Okay. What is the average sales price in your market or your niche? Now, we have some luxury agents. Those luxury agents need to put the average price of their luxury home, not their market. If you're a commercial agent, it needs to be the average price of a commercial that you sell. If you are not a luxury commercial agent, put the average price in your market. By the way, if you are in Hendersonville, North Carolina, this is off by just a little bit. We know that's from last year, but I'd already created this. So, 448. Yeah, it's a little lower than it is when I did this. Yeah, Carlos, what's up?
Would you recommend actually using like I'm not in luxury, but would like somebody like me, would you recommend using your personal average that you did the year prior, or would you recommend actually using like our market average?
I
Because
would
I'm
probably, for you, I'd probably do your average because you do a lot of new home sales and stuff. So I'd probably stick with your average. It's going to give you a more accurate result. Yeah, that was a great question. All right. What is your, and I know we're not supposed to talk about average commissions, but there is no way to do this class without talking about an average commission. It just cannot happen. So, what is your average commission on a deal? 2%, 3%, 4%, 5% up. If you do land, do you do commercial? Of course, that's going to be different for you, definitely. Areas are going to be different. Carlos, Bedoya, you in upstate South Carolina, y'all have the weirdest commissions I've ever seen in my life. 2.95, 2.67, I don't know. Y'all do weird stuff over there. Whatever is your average. Bedoya is laughing because he knows it's true. I've never seen a group do that in my life, but that's very common there.
transaction fees, bonuses.
Yes, y'all are all over the place. I've
I've never
never seen
I
seen
anywhere but the
anything
upstate.
less than a
I
half.
made more money than at my closing yesterday. I made more money than the listing agent. The listing agent was not happy, but I'm like, right,
It is what
read the
it is.
contract.
Can I
Yep.
interject something here on the average commission?
Yes.
So for newer agents, your standard or basically your national average, and really this plays out in most areas, 2.25%, right? 2.25%. And that's usually across the board. So if you don't have one, that's what I would sort of plan on. If you're a newer agent.
Yeah, see, that is incredibly low for this area. This area would literally absolutely die. But again, every area is different. So go with what's good for you guys. Because this is your sheet. This is no one else's. This is for you guys. All right. What is your commission split with your broker? I have put 60% because no one has a 60% split. But you guys pick it. Is it 70, 75, 80, 90? What is your split with your broker? Right now, we're not going to worry about E&O, transaction fees, all that stuff. We're looking for numbers right now. We don't want to make this so hard that people give up. All right. Remember how your teachers used to say you're never going to be able to carry a calculator around with you at all times? So Apple showed them, right? Get your little handy dandy calculators out. All right. You're going to take your average sales price, mine would be $490, and you're going to multiply it by your average commission. For me, that would give me 14.7. Okay. I'm going to give you guys all a second so everyone catches up. All right, we're going to move on. I want you to take E, which is your total average commission. Mine was 14.7. And I want you to multiply it by your split with your broker. Mine is 60%. Okay. So you're going to take E, multiply it by D. And mine came up to 88.20. Again, I'm going to give everyone enough time to catch up and get this right. So basically, if I sell an average price home in my area and I get my average commission, my split with my broker, I'm pretty much going to get around 88.20. Okay, I see a lot of people moving, so I'm going to go on. So now you're going to divide your income goal. Mine was 100,000, and you're going to divide that by your average commission payment. Mine was 88.20. So your goal by your average commission payment. And for me, that gave me 11.337. It's probably going to be an odd number on your decimals. Again, I'm going to watch and make sure everyone catches up. I still see a couple people writing, so I'm going to give you a chance to finish. All right, I think we're pretty much caught up. All right, take that number, and if it's 0.3, 0.2, 0.1, go down. If it's 0.678, go up. So the number of transactions I need in a year to hit my goal is 11. If they are average. Now, here's the deal. I'm not a luxury. I don't do a lot in the luxury market, let's say. Maybe I don't do a lot in commercial and I get one. That actually means I have less transactions that I need in a year to hit that goal, right? So that should make me happy because instead of being 490, maybe I sell something for 900, a million, 2 million, whatever it is, right? That's going to actually help that transaction goal go down. That is a lot more attainable than going around saying, hey, I need to make 100,000 this year. Mentally, when you say, hey, I need 11 transactions, right? It seems way more doable. I see a lot of you nodding. That's way more doable to say, I need 11 transactions, so less than one a month to hit my goal. Do you see what I'm saying? So yes, my goal is still 100,000, but to get there, I only need 11 transactions. Mentally, that makes me know, oh, that is way doable. 100,000 seems a lot. 11? I can do that, right? Do you ever hear people say, if I can do one a month, I'll be happy? But when you ask them what that is, they have no clue. This is where they got that from. Especially when people are about to retire or they're new in the business. They don't know exactly how they got to that. This is how they got to that. All right. But here's the problem. Okay, now I know I need to make 11 transactions. I have to make my goal, I have to, right? Or some of them are going to have to be, do you take into account overhead? No, absolutely not. This would be crazy if we did that. You can dice it down from that, but not right now. But how do we get the 11 from here? Right? How do we make this happen? All right, here's the secret. Everyone paying attention because I'm about to save you thousands of dollars. Everything you're going to go to is going to tell you the same thing. Now, last year, if you were in the class, we actually made you do this work for you. Like you actually had to calculate this out. Do you know how many people actually stuck to that? 0. And I'm talking about people from outside the company, inside the company. No one stuck to it. So I took that out this year and we're going to actually just tell you what to do. We're going to keep it simple, stupid. We're not going to make this hard. We're not going to have you pay thousands of dollars for someone to tell you this exact same thing. You're going to make contacts. Remember when I said how many people did you contact in 2025? And some of you kind of sort of knew, you have it somewhere, you can't get to it. Some of you kind of know. If you have a coach, I guarantee you somewhere it's written. There's several of you on here that has a coach. I know for a fact you guys know, or you're going to be able to find how many you've kind of done. The rest of you, maybe you have an idea, maybe you don't. You have to contact people. You have to. You cannot be a secret agent and be in real estate and make money. But now we got a problem. How many people do we have to contact? Right? 10. Now, there are some of you on here that I know are already looking at me like, I do way more than that. But guys, your goals are way higher than the average person, right? We actually have a class that goes through how to make these contacts. If you contact 10 people a day, 5 days a week, 45 weeks a year. So I'm literally giving you 7 weeks of vacation, 2 days off a week from contacting, right? Pretty nice of me, I think. You mathematically cannot make less than 5 closings a year if you are horrible at it. The same 10 as you get your swagger and you get going, you will close 48 in a year. That pretty much sums up everyone's goal, right? Most people's at least. So you're going to contact 10 people a day. This means you're going to reach them. Okay. Now this is way easier than what everyone thinks it is. Contacts can happen at an open house. Contacts can happen at showings. Contacts can happen at a grocery store. They can happen on floor. They can happen anywhere. Some of our offices do floor, some do not. Our office does do floor. In the last 2.5 weeks, I think we've had over 3.5 million in walk-ins alone of viable clients. Not the looky-loos, the real ones. Those are contacts. Floor people are contacts. Going to a kid's football game, going to a dance recital, you can make contacts there, guys. But every day, I want everyone to contact 10 people a day, 5 days a week, 47 weeks a year. That's it. That's all you have to do. It's that easy. Now, here's the thing. I don't want you to raise your hand. Will you contact 10 people a day to meet your goal? Because I can tell you historically, we will have this class. People will meet with me after we call, we do one-on-ones. And by March, I go to them and I say, hey, how are your contacts going? And guess what they've not done? They've not contacted anyone. So remember I said, you guys are in this class right now when most people are on their holiday vacation, right? Like we know it. It's just what agents do. At this time, this is a great time to do pop-bys, to go visit people on your sphere of influence. Your number one source of business will be your sphere of influence. That list of 100, that list of whatever number that your broker keeps talking about. That is your number one source of clients. But they got to know you're in the business. So maybe you want to send them a holiday something. Maybe you want to send them a New Year something. I don't know. Maybe you want to take someone to lunch, take them to breakfast. We have a guy that's in the office right now, and we had a hurricane in the mountains. I know it's weird, but we did. And him and his wife took people muffins and coffee. That's contacts, guys. That's a contact.
Got two out of it.
He got two people out of it. And all he was doing was being a good neighbor.
2 sales.
Yeah, he got 2 sales from it. He was just being a good neighbor because we didn't have running water and electricity. He got 2 sales from doing that. So contacting people is not that hard. It does not have to be as formal. Yes, you can do cold calls. We have the Rolfs, which are in East Tennessee, and I don't see them on here. Guys, if you ever want to hear someone do an amazing, yeah, I don't see them on here. If you ever want to hear someone do an amazing script, listen to them. They'll let you listen to them. We were on a class about a year ago, and they forgot to mute, and I heard their whole call. It was amazing. I said, "Where'd you get your script from?" Mike Ferry did it. They've done it for years, and their work shows that they do amazing jobs. You can cold call. A lot of us aren't going to do cold calls right now. Just make sure you watch, the do not call list. I was reading a message. And that's okay. But I want you guys to contact people. Zillow, contacting Zillow leads, that's contacts. Doug's retired from State Troopers. Doug contacting the people at State Troopers, going to a Christmas party. He's probably like, gosh, don't say that online. If he goes to a Christmas party, if he does that, that's contacts, as long as he's talking about his business. When they go, "Hey man, what are you doing?" "Oh, I'm in real estate now." That's a contact. Tells them about the market, what's going on. Everyone wants to know what's happening in this market, right? I actually have scripts that I've given to the latest new agent training class that I can happily send you guys. You'll have to email me though, because I will not remember if you tell me right here. But we have scripts. 2 years ago, we did a Monday Mayhem for people to call your sphere that you have not talked to in a long time. We have scripts for you to call those people. If Doug hadn't talked to me in 2 years and he said, "Oh crap, I got to call Christy, and I don't know. I think she had a death in her family, and I think maybe, they had a birth in their family, and I feel awkward about it." Guys, we have scripts to take care of that we can send you. So if you feel awkward about calling your sphere of influence, we have a script for it. Contact me. Okay. We have given out, and we still will give out, listing presentations, buyer presentations. Guys, we give these out to you for free. You just have to put your picture in them. You have to update them, put them in Canva, whatever you like to do. But we have all these supplies ready for you guys. So if you need any of them, you need to contact me and we'll get those out to you, okay? My email address is christylinhart01@gmail.com. If you can't remember that, do christylinhart@remax.net. Either way, I'll get them. And we'll get you the scripts, the presentations that you need. But your main thing is right there, 10 a day. Jackson Batson's on there. I'm just picking the people who I can see on my screen immediately. Jackson can talk anyone into a corner for 50 hours. Jackson should never have a problem contacting 10 people a day. Brick Cox can talk to anyone into a corner. Talking to 10 people, is that hard for you, Brick?
10.
10. He said, "Oh, that's low." If God gave you a gift of gab, use it, guys. Just make sure you're mentioning you're in real estate. Talk about the market. Talk about questions they may have. That's a contact. Don't make it harder than it is. The big thing is coming back in and putting it down and remembering to follow up with them. Okay? If Erin is in a store and she runs into someone and they're like, "Oh, hey," and she's talking about Remax and the market, and they said, "Hey, you know what? After the holidays, why don't you give me a ring? Because I'd love to talk to you." We're thinking about selling. We've outgrown our house, whatever. She needs to make sure she contacts them after the holidays. If she forgets, they may list with someone else. Then she'll get mad. All right, guys. This is quick, down, dirty. I know we've been on for 30 minutes. I was trying to make it 30 minutes. We've been on a little bit longer, but it is this simple. You've got to have a real why. You have to. You have to know why you're getting up in the morning. You absolutely have to know what your goal is. You have to know your number goal, and you have to know the transactions you need for it. If you don't, someone comes in and says, my goal is 100,000. Okay, we need to figure out how we're going to get you there. How many transactions you need? I don't know. You got to know it. And then to get your 11 transactions needed, 25 transactions needed, whatever yours is, you're going to contact 10 people a day. Guys, just try it. Give it a couple of weeks, right? See how much everything starts to explode for you. Remember, everyone you know knows 5 people who need to buy or sell. Those same people know 5 real estate agents. You have to stay top of mind, and this is how you're going to do it. Now, we have prospecting classes throughout the year. We have scripts that you can always grab, whatever. Please make sure you attend the prospecting classes if you're confused about them, or go talk to your broker in charge or office manager. If you do not know who that is, or you're not comfortable with that, if you don't know who that is, we got a problem. But if you are not comfortable talking to them for some reason, contact me, contact whoever. We got to get you to where you're comfortable with making 10 contacts a day. It is not that hard. We got a lot of talkers on this page as I'm looking around. Elizabeth knows half of Weaverville. Like, she can talk to anyone down the street, right? So Carolyn knows a chunk of people up in Whittier. All she has to do is say, hey, how's it going? Hadn't talked to you in a while. Things will naturally come. But anyway, if you need that, let us know. Other than that, I'm going to wish you the very best in 2026. Please let me know if you have questions. If you need scripts, we will get those to you. Other than that, Happy New Year, guys. Bye.
Yeah, Batson was with Tom Ferry all day yesterday.